Hello, everybody. It's Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel. We're starting a little early today. Hold on one second. I have to turn down my monitor sound. There we go. Okay. We're starting a little early today on an unexpected broadcast. I did not plan this broadcast. I was talking to Beatles online yesterday and told them probably would do something in the middle of the week. Nothing scheduled for today. However, when I played yesterday's game in my 1967 replay, I discovered that Yastrzemski had hit his 60th home run of the year in yesterday's game. And today we're going to be at Yankee Stadium for a game between the Red Sox and the Yankees. And Yastrzemski here in my 1967 replay has a chance of tying Roger Maris's 61 home run record right here in Yankee Stadium. So I thought that would be a good game to broadcast. If I had played it offline, I was going to tape it anyway, so I might as well. I like the way old people say tape. I was going to record it anyway. And so I might as well go on YouTube and do the game. Hello to David Solinsky. Thank you for stopping by. Thomas Bartlett, thank you for checking in. We are going to look at this game, as you see on the screen, between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Dave Moorhead, who's 3-1, who's a part-time pitcher for the Red Sox here in 1967, against Fred Talbert, who is 3-13 for the Yankees. If we slip over to the standings here, we see that the Red Sox are 3.5 games up on the Detroit Tigers and 6 games up on Minnesota and 8 games up on the White Sox. Not quite as close a race as it was in real life in 1967. Those 4 teams, along with the California Angels, are all within 3 or 4 games of each other for the entire month of August and September. Anyway, back to today's schedule. Before we start on this 67 replay, as you know, I also am doing the 1912 Red Sox replay, the 1950 Red Sox replay, and a 1975 replay. In the 1912, the Red Sox are 13 games out with about 25 games to go. They have no chance of winning the pennant in 1912 in my replay, although they won it in real life. The 1950 Red Sox, who finished 3.5 games out behind the Yankees in that season, are 10 games behind the Yankees with about 35 games to go in that season. There's no chance that they're going to catch them. As a matter of fact, the New York Yankees in that replay are on a 12-game winning streak. The Red Sox have gone 7-3 in their last 10 games and have lost 3 games in the standings. And in 1975, the Boston Red Sox are not in first place. They are trailing the New York Yankees by 1/2 a game as we head into the end of August. Anyway, as it approaches the 4 o'clock mark, let's go down to the scorecards here and see what the starting lineups are. As you all know, if you've been following this channel, I'm playing this game, the season, 1967 season, and I ignored the fact that Tony Conigliaro was beamed on August 18th. Tony Conigliaro is playing. I want to find out if it makes a difference. I'd like to be able to get to the World Series, and I'd like to be able to win the World Series. And there's the Yankees there's the Red Sox as played lineup, and we're going to make a couple of changes so we can get Tony Conigliaro in the lineup. We're going to lead off with Jerry Adair at third base. I'm going to leave the players in just in a little different spot. We're going to bat Reggie Smith second. It's his rookie year in center field. Whoops. And there's Tony C. batting fifth and playing right field. So it's almost an as-played lineup with the exception of Tony Conigliaro. By the way, August 28th, 1967, the Boston Red Sox signed the formidable free agent, the first free agent, I guess, Ken Harrelson, to a contract to replace Tony Conigliaro's bat in the lineup going into September. They signed him today. I did not sign him in my replay. He will not appear in any Red Sox games in 1967. Okay, let's go down to the field. There's the Yankees.
Replay Radio is live from New York. Top of the first.
Here we go, top of the first inning, going over the Red Sox lineup again. Jerry Adair batting first at third base. Reggie Smith in center field batting second. Carl Yastrzemski looking for his 61st home run of the season, batting third in left field. George Scott at first base batting fourth. Tony C in right field batting fifth. Elston Howard batting sixth, catching. Rico Petrocelli at short, batting seventh. Mike Andrews batting eighth. He is at second base, and Dave Moorhead is, I'm getting a phone call I should take. I'll take it later. Dave Moorhead is batting ninth and pitching. In the field for the Yankees, Charlie Smith at third, Ruben Amaro at short, Horace Clark at second, Mickey Mantle in the lineup today at first base, Tresh, Bill Robinson, Whitaker in right field, Jake Gibbs catching, and Fred Talbot doing the pitching. The Red Sox facing the Yankees. The Yankees are not having a good year in 1967. They didn't in real life, and they're not having a good year in the replay. They are 10th in the American League, 45 and 84, while the Red Sox are first, 81 and 49. Okay, Talbot looks in to Gibbs, gets his sign. Here's the first pitch to Jerry Adair. Base hit, center field. Robinson picks it up as Adair rounds first, goes back to the bag.
No outs, men on first.
Reggie Smith batting .261, 14 home runs, 57 RBIs to face Talbot. Smith, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. Adair takes his lead. Infield at double play depth for the Yankees. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to center field. Robinson backing up, puts it away.
One out, men on first.
Adair holds it first as Carl Yastrzemski steps up. Carl Yastrzemski, 60 home runs, 141 runs batted in. That's a little bit higher than he did. He had 126 runs batted in. He did win the Triple Crown. He did have 44 home runs. He batted .328. Here he's batting .320. He is not leading in the Triple Crown. Rod Carew is leading here in this race. Carew's at .328, although Yastrzemski is second. Talbot looks in, gets the sign from Gibbs. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. And there's a deep fly ball to center field, but Robinson has a beat on it, puts it away for the out.
Two outs, men on first.
There's one batter up for Yastrzemski. We've got 3 or 4 more to go in the game to see if he can tie Roger Maris. George Scott stepping in, batting .307, 17 home runs, 62 runs batted in. Adair takes his lead. Talbot throws. Ball hit to short. It's going to be a chance. Going to be a close play there at first, but he's going to be out as Ruben Amaro makes a great play.
1 hit and 1 left on.
I've explained this in the past.
Bottom of the first.
At the end of 1/2 an inning, by the way, it's Boston nothing. Yankees coming to bat. I've explained this in the past. Legends, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for coming by. That it's hard to do the play-by-play here in PC replay baseball because sometimes there's 1 roll, sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 3, and occasionally there's 4 rolls to determine a play. So from time to time, you're going to get choppy play-by-play from me. I apologize, but that's just the way it is as Horace Clark steps in for the Yankees. Clark is batting first at second base. Tom Tresh In left field, batting second, Mickey Mantle. At first, batting third. Steve Whitaker batting fourth. In right field, Charlie Smith at third base batting fifth. Jake Gibbs catching, batting sixth. Bill Robinson in center batting seventh. Ruben Amaro, who made that great play at the top of the first, batting eighth at short. Fred Talbot pitching. The Red Sox have Adair, Petrocelli, Andrews, and Scott. It is a good fielding infield. Yastrzemski, Smith, and Canigliaro, and it's a good fielding outfield. Elston Howard catching. Dave Moorhead pitching. He's 3-1 this year. He's only pitched 28 innings. He's got a 4.13 ERA. He's got the sign from Howard, and here's the pitch to Clark. Clark walks. The leadoff runner on for the Yankees.
No outs, men on first.
Tom Tresh, 6 home runs, 39 RBIs, batting .205 this year for the Yankees in the 67 replay. Red Sox infield playing in double play depth. Moorhead gets the sign from Howard and throws. Line drive to right field. Canigliaro hardly has to move. He puts it away.
1 out, men on first.
Up steps Mickey Mantle with 20 home runs, 60 RBIs, batting .262. Mickey Mantle steps in. Dave Moorhead gets the sign, checks Clark at first. Here's the pitch. We're going to have a second roll, and we may see a Mantle home run. Let's see what happens. Possible home run with a 5 or a 6 roll. It's a base hit. Single to center field for Mickey Mantle. Horace Clark round second. He's going to hold, and there's 2 on, nobody out.
1 out, men on first and second.
2 on, 1 out. I'm sorry about that. Steve Whitaker stepping in. 8 home runs, 22 RBIs, batting .234. Whitaker bats from the left side. Moorhead checks the runners. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. Short fly ball to right field. Canigliaro's coming in. He puts it away.
2 outs, men on first and second.
2 down. Runners on first and second. Charlie Smith coming up. 11 home runs, 37 runs batted in, a .265 average. Moorhead checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And Charlie Smith is hit. That pitch got away from Dave Moorhead. He now faces a bases-loaded 2-out situation.
2 outs, bases loaded.
Dave Moorhead is going to pitch from the windup. He's got the sign from Howard. Here's the pitch. And that's the end of the inning.
No runs, 1 hit, and 3 left on.
At the end of 1, there's no score.
Top of the second.
Tony Canigliaro up here, leading off here in the second inning. The 5th, 6th, and 7th batters, Canigliaro, Howard, and Petrocelli to face Talbot. Talbot throws. Line drive to short. Amaro makes another great catch. 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Elston Howard stepping in, batting a robust 150, 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in. I'm sure that's the only reason the Yankees were willing to part with their future Hall of Fame catcher. Talbot has the sign. Here's the throw. Ball hit to second. Horace Clark scoops it up, throws to Mantle at first.
2 outs, bases empty.
Rico Petrocelli stepping in. Petrocelli, 17 home runs, 62 RBIs, .294 average, having a good year at shortstop for the Red Sox. Talbot looks in, gets the sign from Gibbs. Here's the pitch. 3 up, 3 down here on the top of the second.
And just like that, the inning's over.
At the end of 1.5, there's no score.
Bottom of the second.
The Yankees have the bottom third of their order up here in the 3rd inning. Robinson, Amaro, and Talbot. Robinson hitting .195, 8 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Moorhead throws. And there's a line drive deep to center field. It's going to drop. It's going to get by Smith. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Smith picks it up, throws it in, and Bill Robinson just walks into third base standing with a triple.
No outs, man on third.
The Yankees are in business here as Ruben Amaro steps in. Nobody out. Robinson on third. Amaro batting .213. No home runs, 19 RBIs. Moorhead pitching from the stretch, checks Robinson. Here's the pitch.
Track 3, you're out.
Amaro goes down swinging.
1 out, man on third.
Fred Talbot stepping in. Talbot, a 156 hitter. He's got 5 hits this year, 1 RBI. He has struck out 13 times in 32 at-bats. The corners are playing in just in case. Moorhead checks Robinson from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Talbot. This is going to be a looping drive to right field. We're going to have another roll on a stadium chart. Anything but a 6 is an out. Now let's see if he can score. Caniglaro puts it away. Nope. Robinson cannot score and tag up. 2 away.
2 outs, man on third.
Dave Moorhead 1 out away from getting out of a nobody out, runner on third situation as Horace Clarke steps in. Moorhead still pitching from the stretch. Checks Robinson, throws to Clarke. He walks him.
Two outs, men on first and third.
Clarke is going to steal. There's an automatic steal like APA baseball in this game. APA baseball, this game was derived from originally, it was based on APA. It sort of was designed to be an easy way to play the APA master game. Here's the roll. Let's find out what happens with this steal. A possible pickoff attempt for an error. And Moorhead looks like it's going to be an error because the only thing that'll prevent a run from scoring and an error on this pickoff attempt is a 66. Attempted pickoff. Oh. Let's find out what happens. I have to roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4. The pickoff is a 6. The runner gets back.
Two outs, men on first and third.
And you'll have to forgive me for not understanding that. What it was a pickoff attempt. Clarke got back. Robinson stayed. There was no error. Don't ask me how I did that, but that's what happened. Tom Tresh stepping in as I want to remove myself from that play-by-play call as quickly as possible. 6 home runs, 39 RBIs, batting .204. Moorhead checks the runners. Here's the pitch to Tresh. Another roll for a ball on a ballpark card. Let's see what happens. This has to be a single, as you see there. Base hit. In the right field. Robinson scores. Let's see if Clarke is going to go to third. He will go to third on the advance. And the Yankees lead 1-0. Let's find out if Tresh will advance. It depends if this is higher or lower than the 2 rating. It is 2. He's going to hold.
2 outs, men on first and third.
If it was a 1, he would have went to second on the throw to third. And that's what makes this game sometimes difficult to call. Mickey Mantle stepping in. Mantle batting .263 with 20 home runs. Moorhead finds himself down 1-0 with runners on first and third, 2 away. Here's the pitch. We have a rare play. We've got a lot of extra rolls in this game. There's a dribble in front of the mound. Let's see if we can get Mantle. He's out if it's 3, 4, 5, or 6. They got him.
1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left on.
At the end of 2 innings, the Yankees lead 1-0.
Top of the 3rd.
That second inning had more rolls in it than I can ever remember having. Hi, Al. How you doing? Great football game you had on today, Al. I really enjoyed it. Al, Red Sox fan. Everybody knows about his channel. There's nothing I need to say. It was a great game. Top of the 3rd. Red Sox have Andrews, Moorhead, and at top of the order, Adair due up. Talbot facing Andrews, a .237 hitter, 7 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Talbot has the sign from Gibbs. Here's the pitch. Line drive to short. Amaro makes the play. 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
That's the infamous 36 roll. I've explained it every day. I'll explain it again. If the pitcher and batter are from the same side, a 36 is an out. If they're from opposite sides, a 36 is a base hit. Dave Moorhead stepping in has been up 10 times this year, has not had a hit. Talbot has the sign. He hits the ground ball to second. Clark scoops it up over to Mantle for the out. 2 up.
2 outs, bases empty.
2 up, 2 down is Jerry Adair stepping in, batting .248, 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. He had one hell of a season for the Red Sox once they got him in real life. It seems like every time Adair stepped up, he was getting a hit, knocking in a run that was important. He made a big difference in the Red Sox winning the 1967 pennant. Here's Talbot's pitch to Jerry Adair. Ball hit to first. We're going to have to see if Mantle can beat Adair to the bag. He does. It flips it to
It's
the pitcher.
It's a 1-2-3 inning.
It's a 3-1 out at the end of 2.5. Yankees lead 1-0.
Bottom of the 3rd.
We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Whitaker, Smith, and Gibbs do up. Whitaker hitting .234. Fly to right his first time up. Here's Moorhead's pitch. Fly ball to left. Yastrzemski moving to his right and puts it away.
1 out, bases empty.
Charlie Smith batting .265. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Dave Moorhead has the sign. Here's his pitch. Ground ball to third. Backhanded by Adair. Over to first. 2 away.
2 outs, bases empty.
2 up, 2 down as Jake Gibbs steps in. He struck out his first time up, batting .198. Moorhead gets the sign. Here's his pitch.
Two outs, men on first.
Gibbs walks. That is the 3rd walk today for Dave Moorhead. Bill Robinson stepping in, tripled his first time up. He scored the Yankees run, batting .198. Moorhead checks the runner at first, throws to Robinson. Ball's hit to short. Petrocelli's up with it, over to first, and that's the end of the inning.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
At the end of 3, Yankees lead 1-0.
Top of the 4th.
Okay, here we go. Talbot to face Smith, Yastrzemski, and George Scott. Smith flied to center his first time up. He's a .260 hitter. Talbot has the sign from Gibbs and throws the ball. Ground ball to third. Charlie Smith up with it. Throws to first. 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Here he is for the 2nd time today. He flied to deep center field his first time up. Carl Yastrzemski looking for his 61st home run to tie Roger Maris here in Yankee Stadium. Talbot gets the sign. Yastrzemski a .320 hitter. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Right behind third base. Amaro's going to call for it, puts it away for the out. Yastrzemski is down.
2 outs, bases empty.
2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Yastrzemski's had 2 shots at number 61. He hasn't made it yet. George Scott stepping in. He grounded to short his first time up, the 307 hitter. Talbot throws. Ground ball to second. Horace Clark to Mantle to end the inning.
And just like that, the inning's over.
At the end of 3.5, Yankees still lead 1-0.
Bottom of the fourth.
Ruben Amaro leads off, followed by the pitcher Talbot in the top of the order, Horace Clark. Dave Moorhead has not pitched much this year. I'm not sure how much more he has in him. Let's see what happens. Dave Moorhead pitched a no-hitter. I believe it was in 1965. I'll never forget, got off the bus from school, walked home, walked in the house, flipped on the radio to catch the end of the Red Sox game, and there it was, Dave Moorhead pitching his no-hitter. He's got the sign. He's pitching to Amaro, batting .213. Here's the throw. Ball hit to short. Petrocelli scoops it up, throws to Scott at first for 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Talbot up. He's got 5 hits on the season. He's batting .152. Moorhead has the sign from Howard and throws. Line drive in the left field. It is going to be past Yastrzemski. It's going to roll all the way to the 399 sign. Talbot's rounding second. He's going to go to third. Yastrzemski's throw is a slide. He's safe. And Talbot has his 6th hit of the year. It is a triple.
1 out, man on third.
Moorhead has seen this before. Robinson triple with nobody out. He almost got away with it, but he didn't. Al's asking me, how many home runs does Yaz have? 60? Yastrzemski has 60 home runs. It's unbelievable. But in this replay, last night he hit his 60th home run. So today I wasn't planning on doing a YouTube game, but I figured if I was going to play this game offline and he was going to tie Roger Maris with number 61 in Yankee Stadium, I would have wished I'd broadcast it. So here I am. Talbot on third. Moorhead looks in at Clark, gets the sign from Howard. Clark batting .274. The corners are going to play in just in case he's going to want to score on a ground ball to first to third with only 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ball hit to first. With the infield in, the runner holds. Scott takes it unassisted, and that was the play. I don't always do things right, but that one I did.
2 outs, man on third.
If he was playing back, Talbot would have scored. 2 outs, Talbot at third. Tresh, who's lined to right, singled and knocked in Robinson in the 2nd inning. Is facing Dave Moorhead. Moorhead checks Talbot at third and throws. And there's a line drive in the right center field. Reggie Smith chases it down, picks it up. Tresh is going to cruise into second base with a stand-up double, and that run scores anyway as the Yankees lead 2-0.
2 outs, man on second.
Tom Tresh was a rookie in 1962, came up. They thought he was going to be the next Mickey Mantle. It really didn't work out that way. MV, how you doing? Thank you for checking in. Dave Moorhead is about out of gas, but he's going to pitch to one more batter. It's going to be Mickey Mantle, who's single, grounded back to the mound. He's batting .263. Here's Moorhead's pitch. And there's a deep fly ball to left field. Yastrzemski backing up, and he's got it for the out.
And 1 left on.
At the end of 4 innings, Yankees now lead 2-0.
Top of the 5th.
As we go to the top of the 5th, Canigliaro, Howard, and Petrocelli do up. Canigliaro's only up because I'm playing this season just like Al Red Sox fan does. I'm playing it my way, and Canigliaro did not get hurt on August 18th. He has 28 home runs, 80 runs batted in, batting .249. Today he's lined out to short. Talbot gets the sign, throws to Tony C. And Tony C goes down swinging.
1 out, bases empty.
Elston Howard due up, batting .149. He's not in the lineup for his hitting. He's in the lineup because he can handle the pitching staff. Talbot gets the sign from Gibbs. Howard grounded to second, his only time up. Here's the pitch. A rare play. We have more dice rolls. That's what I want. We're going to look in the chart. Now I have to read. Mantle collides with Howard at first and comes up limping. His running speed is reduced to 1, and his defense rating is reduced to 5. He's out at first unassisted. Not much of a play-by-play, but that was the play.
2 outs, bases empty.
And I think that qualifies as a rare play as Petrocelli steps in. He struck out his last time up. Taps the bat on the plate. Gives the sign to Talbot. Here's his pitch. And there's that line drive to shortstop. And that's the end of the inning.
To score, 1, 2, 3.
Halfway through, Yankees lead 2-0.
Bottom of the 5th.
Excuse me when I take a sip of water here. Here we go. Bottom of the 5th inning. Moorhead still on the mound. He will face Whitaker, Smith, and Gibbs. Whitaker flied to right, flied to left. Moorhead throws. We're going to have a second roll. I've had more second and third rolls in this game than in any game I can remember. 1 through 4, and Caniglaro makes the play. He makes the play. Caniglaro puts it away.
1 out, bases empty.
1 down. Charlie Smith stepping in. He was hit by a pitch, grounded to third. He's batting .264. Howard flashes the signs to Moorhead. Here's the pitch. Ball hit to second. Mike Andrews flips to Scott. 2 up, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
Jake Gibbs struck out, walked, batting .198. Gibbs bats from the left side. Moorhead pitches from the right side. More than likely, this will be Moorhead's last batter, even if he gets him out. Here's the pitch. He's going to walk him. No, that's usually a walk, but in this case,
and
Jake
just like
Gibbs
that, the inning's over.
Strikes out every now and then. That 52 is a strikeout.
Top of the 6th.
At the end of 5, Yankees lead 2-0 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Here in the 6th, we have Andrews, Moorhead, and Adair. Andrews lined out to short his first time up. Talbot's pitching a shutout. It's a 1-hit shutout. It's a good game for Fred Talbot, who is 3-13. He's had some bad luck this year. His whip is 1.33. That is not bad. His ERA is horrible. But as I check, he's got 119 hits allowed in 121 innings. That's a sign he's pitching pretty good, with the exception of the fact that he's allowed 22 home runs. Andrews steps in. Talbot throws. Another rare play. I can't believe all these rolls. Dribble in front of the mound. Can Andrews beat it out? Let's find out. He cannot. He's out. 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Dave Moorhead due up. He is going to be pinch hit for by the number 1 pitch hitter on the Boston Red Sox, Dalton Jones. Jones, 288 hitter, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Here's Talbot's pitch.
Ball 4. Take the race.
And Dalton Jones walks. Jones, a good runner, is at first.
1 out, man on first.
Jerry Adair stepping in, batting 248 singled, grounded to first his first time up. Yankees infield playing at double play depth. Talbot has the sign, throws to Adair. Ground ball to first. It's going to go to second for one, back to first. It's
No
a
runs,
3-6-3
no
double
hits,
play.
and none left on.
At the end of 5.5, Yankees still lead 2-0.
Bottom of the sixth.
Who will the Red Sox bring in? Let's find out. Facing right-handed batters, their bullpen looks a little gassed to me. Dan Osinski. Osinski is 2-3 this year with 13 saves. He's got a 3.60 ERA and a whip of 1.15. If he pitches well, he can get 2, possibly 3 innings out of him. Osinski's got the sign. Robinson steps in. He's triple, grounded to short, batting 197. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Bill Robinson on first, an average runner.
No outs, man on first.
Ruben Amaro's played a great game in the field today. He struck out, grounded to short, his only 2 times up. Batting 212, Osinski glances at Robinson at first, throws home. Pop up, Jerry Adair under it, bangs his glove a couple of times, puts it away for the out.
1 out, man on first.
Fred Talbot up. Talbot got his 6th hit of the year, a triple his last time up. Knocks some dirt off his spikes. Dan Osinski gets the sign from Howard. Checks the runner at first. Here's the pitch to the Talbot.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
Another roll for a sacrifice, and it's a successful sacrifice as Bill Robinson makes it to second base. Pitcher to the second baseman covering first.
2 outs, man on second.
Robinson in scoring position as Horace Clark comes up, batting 274. He's walked twice. He's grounded to first unassisted. Osinski glances back at Robinson at second. Looks in at Howard, throws to Clark. Ball hit to first. Scott's got it. Takes it to first unassisted.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
At the end of 6, it's 2-0 Yankees.
Top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th, Kari Yastrzemski's up second this inning, looking for his 61st home run. Smith, Yastrzemski, and Scott due up. Talbot pitching a gem. Smith batting from the left side. He's a switch hitter, fly to center, grounded to third, batting 260. Talbot has the sign. Here's the pitch. We're going to have to roll the dice because this one could possibly be a home run. There it is. Long drive deep to right field. It is back. It's out of here. And the Red Sox have their first one of the game as Reggie Smith hits home run number 15 over the right field fence.
No outs, bases empty.
Here's what everybody's watching the game for. The Red Sox now down 2-1. Yastrzemski batting 319. He's flied to center, fouled out to the shortstop. He has 60 home runs, 141 runs batted in, batting 319 in this replay season. Talbot rubs up a new ball. Steps back on the rubber, gets his sign from Gibbs. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. And there it goes, deep to right field. It is number 61. You've seen it here. Carl Yastrzemski with his 61st home run ties Roger Maris in Yankee Stadium. How about that? I had a feeling this was going to happen today, and that's why this game is being broadcast. You've just witnessed history. Carl Yastrzemski ties Roger Maris, whose 61 home runs beat Babe Ruth back on October 1st, 1961. You saw it here on October 28th, not in October, August 28th, 1967, Kari Yastrzemski ties Roger Maris for the most home runs hit in a season at 61.
No outs, bases empty.
More importantly, the game is now tied 2-2. Talbot looks like he's losing it a little bit, giving up back-to-back home runs to Smith and Yastrzemski. George Scott, also a home run threat, stepping in. He grounded to short, grounded to second. He's batting .306 on the season. Here's Talbot's pitch. He hits the bounding ball to second. Clark to first. One down. It's not one down because the first base umpire card pops up. It'll only be one down if it's a 2, 3, 4, or 5. Here's the roll. He's safe. And that is the difficulty in calling PC replay baseball. George Scott safe at first on an infield hit.
No outs, man on first.
Fred Talbot is now in trouble. 2 home runs and an infield single. He's facing Tony Conigliaro, batting .248. 28 home runs, 80 runs batted in. Tony C. today's lined to short. Struck out. Talbot checks Scott at first and throws. Ball hit to third. It's going to second for 1. It's going to first as soon as we throw this dice to see if this is going to be a 5 or below. If it is, it's a double play. Tony Conigliaro hits into a double play.
That's their second double play turn today.
All of a sudden, instead of 1 on, nobody out, there's nobody on and 2 outs.
2 outs, bases empty.
Elston Howard stepping in. Howard's catching for the Red Sox. They got him last month in a trade from the Yankees. Elston Howard, of course, is famous in real life for breaking up Billy Rohr's no-hitter in April of 1967 with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Here we go. Talbot gets the sign, throws to Elston Howard. It's the infamous 36. It's caught by Amaro, and the inning is
2
over.
2 runs, 3 hits, and none left on.
At the end of 6.5, it's all tied at 2.
Bottom of the 7th.
Something about that song makes me smile. As we go here to the bottom of the 7th, Tresh, Mantle, and Whitaker due up for the Yankees. Tresh has lined to right, single knocked in a run, double knocked in the Yankees' second run. You could say Tom Tresh has all of the Yankees' run batted in this game. Dan Osinski looks in, has the sign. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to right. Tony C. under it, puts it away for the out.
1 out, bases empty.
Mickey Mantle stepping in. Mantle's had a illustrious career. This is 1967. He will play in 68 and 69, and he will hang his spikes up in 1969. But here at the end of his career, he's playing first base for the Yankees, 20 home runs. 60 runs batted in, batting .262 here in the replay. Dan Osinski throws. And Mickey Mantle goes to first on the walk.
1 out, man on first.
Runner on first, Steve Whitaker up. He's flied to right, flied to left, and flied to right again. Mantle is not a threat to steal, particularly after his collision at first base. Now, Steve Whitaker taps the bat on the plate. Osinski's got the sign. He winds, he fires. And another rare play. I can't believe all the rolls we have tonight. Dribbler in front of the mound. Let's find out. We're going to throw out the batter, of course, because he's a 1. I pushed the wrong button. Mantle went to second. I meant to push the other one. My mistake. I was concentrating on the play-by-play so much, I forgot to be a manager, but at least we got the out. 1 down.
2 outs, man on second.
If this runner scores on a single, I'm going to be really upset with myself. Osinski's going to pitch to Charlie Smith, who's hit by a pitch, grounded to third, grounded to second. Mantle's on second. Here's the pitch.
Ball 4.
2 outs, men on first and second.
Jake Gibbs batting 197, struck out again. Boy, I sure hope he doesn't get a hit. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right back to the mound. Osinski to Scott for the out.
No runs, no hits, and 2 left on.
And my replay Red Sox saved my butt by getting out of the inning without having a run score. At the end of 7, it's all tied at 2.
Top of the 8th. They're bringing in a new pitcher.
MV has never heard of Whitaker before. You're going to research him. Well, I do know these are as-played lineups, so someone on the Yankees must have liked him. But don't forget, this is not one of the Yankees' better teams. Here in the top of the 8th inning, Petrocelli, Andrews, Osinski do up the bottom third of the Red Sox order. We have Dooley Womack, who's coming in to pitch, 5 wins, 3 losses, 9 saves. A 1.27 ERA, appears to be the top relief pitcher for this version of the New York Yankees. 78 innings pitched, only 48 hits allowed. Petrocelli steps in, struck out, line to short. Here's Womack's pitch. He goes down again.
1 out, base is empty.
Mike Andrews hitting .236, stepping in. He's lined to short, and he's grounded back to the mound. Womack has the sign from Gibbs and throws.
2 outs, base is empty.
Dooley Womack is doing great. Dan Osinski, we're going to get a pinch hitter. We are going to pinch hit Jose Tartabull. Jose Tartabull would have been in right field in this game had Tony Caniglaro been injured back on August 18th. But since he wasn't injured, Tartabull's available to pinch hit. Womack struck out the first 2 batters of the inning. He gets the sign from Gibbs, throws to Jose Tartabull. He hits the ground ball to second. Horace Clark scoops it up, throws to first.
An easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3.
And 3 up, 3 down at the end of 7.5. We're all tied at 2.
Bottom of the 8th.
We're going to need a new pitcher. Once again, we have 2 right-handed batters, a left-handed batter. Johnny Wyatt is tired. We are going to bring in Sparky Lyle because it's a tie game. Even though he's a left-handed pitcher, he's going to pitch to Robinson, who's triple grounded to short and walked. He's a 197 hitter. Sparky Lyle, 3-0 with 5 saves for the Red Sox this year. A 1.84 ERA. Here's the pitch to Robinson. Line drive to left. Yastrzemski has to take a couple of steps to his right and puts it away for the out.
1 out, bases empty.
Ruben Amaro's had a great day in the field. However, at the bat, he struck out, grounded to short, popped up to third. He's hitting .211. Lyle looks in, gets the sign, throws to Amaro. Ground ball to third. Adair scoops it up, throws to Scott at first. 2 up, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
Dooley Womack stepping in. He's got 1 hit in 3 at-bats this year. Let's see if they're going to let him hit.
The manager calls for a pinch hitter.
I can't say that I'm not happy to see him leave. Mike Hegan stepping in. 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, batting .126. He is a left-handed batter facing a left-handed pitcher. The AI must know something I don't. Here's Lyle's pitch. Ball hit to second. Andrews up with it, throws to first. 3 up, 3 down.
And just like that, the inning's over.
At the end of 8, we go to the top of the 9th inning, all tied at 2.
Top of the 9th. They're bringing in a new pitcher.
Well, they got rid of Womack. They brought in Steve Hamilton, 0-4, 4 saves, 45 innings pitched, 39 hits allowed, 3.35 ERA. But his whip is .99. Here we go, top of the 9th inning. Game tied at 2. Adair, Smith, and Yastrzemski due up. Yastrzemski looking for his 62nd home run to take the lead in the all-time home run category in the American League and Major League Baseball for that matter. Adair single, grounded to first, grounded into a double play. Hamilton fires. Ground ball right back to the mound, picks it up, flips to Mantle covering, 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Reggie Smith stepping in, homered his last time up. He has 15 home runs, 58 runs batted in, batting .262. Against the left-handed Hamilton, Smith will be batting from the right side for the first time today. Hamilton has the sign. Here's his pitch.
Ball 4. Take the race.
And he loses him. Smith trots to first.
1 out, man on first.
I'm going to take a sip of water before Yastrzemski bats. Yastrzemski flied to center, popped out in foul territory to shortstop, and then hit his 61st home run to tie Roger Maris and the game all at the same time. Steve Hamilton, a lefty. Yastrzemski, a lefty. Reggie Smith at first base. He is a good runner. He is going to attempt to steal, and here's the roll. He is going to be out. Gibbs throws him out to Ruben Amaro, 1 down.
2 outs, bases
outs.
empty.
Not 1 down, 2 down. Yastrzemski stepping back in. Hamilton has the sign. Here's the pitch. There it goes, number 62. Yastrzemski, the all-time home run champion in Major League Baseball, and the Red
That's
Sox
his
lead
second homer today.
3-2. Unbelievable. I can't believe we're seeing this. And Steve Tate got here just in time. 62 home runs in this 1967 replay for Carl Yastrzemski. Unbelievable. You know, in real life, they had to wait for the steroid era to have 61 home runs broken in Major League Baseball. And, of course, it was last year in real life when, and why does my mind go? My 72-year-old mind goes blank as the big guy for the New York Yankees hit number 62. I'm going to remember it. Someone type in his name so I know. Anyway, that's
2 outs,
it.
bases empty.
It's hard for me to believe that I can forget a guy's name. But at 72 years old, I'm going to forgive myself as we go to the Next batter, George Scott, who's got 17 home runs, 62 runs batted in, batting .307. Red Sox now lead 3-2. Hamilton pitches to Scott. And we're going to go to the bottom of the ninth.
1 run, 1 hit, and none left on.
We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Red Sox lead 3-2.
Bottom of the ninth.
I still can't believe I just saw Yastrzemski break the record. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the ninth inning. Sparky Lyle, 3-0 for the season, 5 saves. He's going for his 4th win of the year. He's going to face the top of the order for the Yankees, Clark, Tresh, and Mickey Mantle. Clark stepping in. He's walked twice, grounded to first twice. Here's Lyle's pitch. Line drive, base hit to center field. Smith may bobble the ball, and then again, he may not. He does. Clark is going to go to second base. This game is going to be a cliffhanger.
No outs, man on second.
Reggie Smith bobbled the ball. Clark ends up at second. It's the first error of the game for either team. Tom Tress stepping in. Clark at second represents the tying run. Tresh, a switch hitter, batting from the right side. He's lined to right, singled, doubled, knocked in both the Yankee runs. He flied to right. Here's the pitch.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
Now, I wouldn't have done that, but I'm not the AI. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a sacrifice. Clark's going to go to third. Tresh is going to be out at first.
1 out, man on third.
Infield in for Mickey Mantle. I bet that doesn't happen very often. Well, without further ado, here's the roll. Ground ball to first. He's got him at first base unassisted because the infield is in. The runner holds. There's now 2 outs.
2 outs, man on third.
I've done that twice today. I may not be able to remember a name, but I certainly remember that I brought the infield in twice. Beatles, thanks for stopping by. You missed it, but you can watch the replay. Carl Yastrzemski's had quite a 67 season, and this was his best game of the year so far. So anyway, nice to see you, Beatles. I know MV, I know Maris had the record. I'm trying to figure out who, for some reason, my mind is blank for that big tall guy who plays for the Yankees now who broke Maris's record last year. And why I can't remember his name, I will never know. Steve Whitaker stepping in, 2 outs, Clark at third. Lyle on the mound. Clark has flied to right, flied to left, flied to right again, grounded to the pitcher. Well, let's just roll it and see what happens. Fly ball to center field. Smith is under it, puts it away, and
Boston
the game is over.
wins a close one. Until next time, this is Replay Radio signing off.
Aaron Judge, thank you very much, MV. I have no idea why I can't remember his name, couldn't remember his name. It might have something to do with being 72, but maybe it didn't. This game is over. The Red Sox win 3-2. Carl Yastrzemski breaks Roger Maris's home run record, hitting his 62nd home run in the top of the 9th inning to win this game. It was very exciting. I'm glad I put this game on YouTube. Not only did the Red Sox win, but Carl Yastrzemski broke what was a 6-year record. In real life, it went a lot longer than 6 years, but we're not in real life. We're in replay baseball, and it was very exciting. Sparky Lyle, the winner, 4-0. Steve Hamilton, the loser, 0-5. Of course, Carl Yastrzemski was the MVP of the game. Let's go to the box score. Here we go. The Red Sox win this game 3-2. Yastrzemski was the MVP. He hit 2 home runs, tied Maris with 61 in the 7th inning. And in the 9th inning, hit his 62nd home run to get the record. We're going to have to autoplay that game where Baltimore beats Minnesota. I believe I can now hit this button and do the rest of them. There they go. Detroit is 3 games back. 3.5 games back, and they remain 3.5 games back because they beat California 4-2. In the rest of the action, Baltimore over Minnesota 12-7. Washington shut out at home by the White Sox 3-0. Cleveland defeats Kansas City in Kansas City 3-2. Once again, Detroit keeps pace with the Red Sox. They're 4-2 winners in California. In Chicago, at Wrigley Field, it looked like an exciting game, 11-10 over the Houston Astros. San Francisco shut out the Dodgers 2-0 at San Francisco. St. Louis loses 10-5 to the Mets at home. Cincinnati at home defeats the Phillies 5-4. Atlanta at home beats Pittsburgh 4-3, and St. Louis loses to the Mets 5-1 in St. Louis. Let's flip over to the standings. And as the day started, the Red Sox were in first. They still are. Detroit's 3.5 games back. Minnesota 7. Chicago 8. Not quite as close as the race was in real life, but still quite a race. And I am just going to hit one more thing here, and then I'm going to let everybody go. Let's hit the leaders. Let's hit American League batting. And there it is. Carl Yastrzemski, 62 home runs. Followed way behind Allison Canigliaro, Frank Howard, and Harmon Killebrew. Killebrew, of course, tied Yastrzemski in real life that year with 44 home runs. I saw them both on Saturday, September 30th. I saw Yastrzemski hit his 44th into the right field bleachers, and I saw Killebrew hit his 44th a couple innings later into the screen in left field. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by. It's been a fun game. Thank you all for enjoying Carl Yastrzemski's 62nd home run with me. Hope to see you later in the week. As I sign off for now, thank you for joining me, and have a nice evening.